Alright, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. Today's review is going to be coming out of the Magic Hat Brewing Company out of Burlington, Vermont, and it is their Dream Machine India Pale Lager. And by the way, sorry about the dimness of this video. I'm filming on my new laptop, and for some reason the web camera is shit. So anyway, I apologize for that. But anyway, back to the review. Like I said, Dream Machine India Pale Lager from Magic Hat Brewing Company out of Burlington, Vermont. And this one comes in at a 5.7% alcohol by volume. And according to Rate Beer, it is 50 international bitterness units. I've tried several beers from the Magic Hat Brewing Company and yet to be disappointed. Most of their beers are not bad. Actually tried to record a review of this earlier, so I've sort of had one already. I was having to record on my phone because of the crappy grainy aspect of this web camera, but I didn't have enough space to record a long video on the phone, so I said fuck it, I'm just gonna record it on the web camera and be done with it. So anyway, like I said, Magic Hat Dream Machine IPL. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's crack this thing open and let's pour it up and see what it looks and smells and tastes like. And when I poured earlier, I poured it a little light, so it was a little too non-aggressive, and it poured very, very thin, almost non-existent head. So I'm going to pour this one just a little more aggressive to give it a nicer head. Not quite the head I was expecting, but not bad this time around. This thing is very, you can't really tell on this video because, like I said, the dim characteristics, and I mean, I've got a light on me. I don't understand. Maybe with this new Windows update, yeah, I'm gonna have a better, overall better operating system with better everything. So maybe the reviews will get better again. But this thing poured about a good finger and a half, 2 fingers ahead, diminished down to about a finger, maybe a half finger. So far there's a little bit of lacing left on the sides of the glass. Very, like I said, very murky, cloudy looking. It's kind of a golden, almost a copper kind of hue to it, but pretty delicious looking beer, guys. Not bad at all. So let's go ahead and let's put a nose on it and let's see what the aroma is like. And on the aroma, instantly get a very strong amount of citrus, which is very unusual for an India Pale Lager. Most of the IPLs that I've had have had more of just a malt presence, maybe a little bit of herbal, kind of herbal grassiness, kind of grassy hops or whatever. But this one is straightforward citrus. Almost smells like an IPA, but looks like an amber ale or a red ale. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's take a drink and see what this thing's like on the palate. Let me get one more drink. I don't know about this one. Not a lot going on here, guys. Straightforward, you get this nice, kind of mimics the nose, kind of a nice citrus presence, citrusy hops, immediately followed. But well, first off, the citrusy aspect doesn't last long, and then it just quickly fades. Very quickly. But then soon followed by I wouldn't say very, but quite a bit of bitterness. You know, it's got the hops. You can definitely taste a little hop profile there, but very bitter. Our you know, more than slightly bitter. I would say, yeah, an easy 50 IBUs, but that soon diminishes. It just goes away. It's just like it's there, just like the citrus characteristic is. You know, it mimics this. You know, they mimic each other. It's like they're both there, and then they're gone, and then it's just you're left with this a very slight oiliness or you know stickiness on the roof of your mouth. With the citrus, maybe a little pine on the taste, but the slight pine and very, you know, bold citrus aspect is there, and then it's gone. Same with the bitterness. It's there, then it's gone. It doesn't have a long lasting hop profile or hop bite. It's just there, and then it's gone. And then all you're left with is like the characteristics of like an amber ale, or maybe even a red ale, a very light red ale. And you know, the malty character, I'm getting tons of the lager aspects of this beer. It's very crisp, but it's a little heavier bodied. I would say this beer is a safe, I wouldn't say it's very heavy, but it's a light to medium bodied beer. So it's just enough there to, you know, make it a little, you know, a heavier beer than just your typical lager. But then it's, you know, all you're left with is the malts and a little bit of stickiness. The bitterness and the citrus and the pine, it just fades. As fast as it appears, it fades. Wouldn't recommend this beer, guys. It's not bad. It's not a bad beer by no means. But I wouldn't recommend seeking it out. If you happen to be in a store and it catches your eye and you're interested, you know, you're intrigued and you just kind of want to try it, hey, you know, go for it. It's not bad. It's refreshing, and it's, you know, it's semi-tasty. I'm not knocking this beer. I'm not saying that it's a bad or terrible beer. I'm just saying I don't recommend it. There's not a lot going on. It's not a very interesting. It's a semi-boring. I wouldn't say it's bland, but it's just boring. I've had way better. I would not say that this has much of an IPA characteristic. It's more, to me, it's more closer to what you should be called an American pale lager. You know, it's got a more pale ale characteristics followed by the lager characteristics. I wouldn't say an India pale. Definitely not. It's got about as much bitterness as a typical pale ale. With the malty characteristics of the lager, the crispness. I would definitely say that if you were, you know, at a buddy's house, you know, watching the game, or, you know, the fight, or just, you know, barbecuing on the grill, just hanging out, and someone offered you this, yeah, man, shit, yeah, I'll take it. It's not a bad beer. It's just not very great. It's not anything that I would seek out ever again. Probably never drink this beer ever again unless it's offered to me, you know. But you know, some of you may like this, you know. If you're a fan of Magic Hat, hey, more power to you. But I don't recommend it. You know, not a bad beer. I just would not recommend it. So anyway, I'm gonna have one more last chug of this, and then we're gonna call it a day. And as always, drink safely and drink responsibly. And as always, cheers. Hope everyone has a great rest of the week and have a great weekend.